And oh, I didn't braid your hair. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be discussing 10 of my natural hair tips. So I've been natural for at least 5 years, right? And to be honest, even just this last year, my hair game has changed dramatically. The things I do, the things I've learned, the things that I was, the things that I was not doing before that I should have been doing, I'm doing now. Yeah, of course, these are black girl friendly. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Don't forget, if you found this video helpful, or if you just want to support me because we're a growing channel over here, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and please subscribe, because it helps me out a lot. It helps me out more than you guys think. So please make sure you are leaving your likes, comments, and subscribe if you find this video or any other video helpful, or if you just find it entertaining, or just subscribe. My first tip is to make sure you're washing your hair, it's gonna sound dirty when I say it, but you need to be washing your hair at least like once a month. I don't really recommend you doing it more than a month, because we as black women or black people, whatever, we have like natural oils in our head that we need to keep because our hair be getting dry. So of course add in all the other oils, moisturizers, deep conditioners that we need to, but on top of that we do need our natural oils. So washing your hair once a month will just stop you from washing out all of the necessary oils when you're washing your hair like weekly and stuff. So I know a lot of people say that they wash their hair weekly or every 2 weekly, but I just think obviously the longer you leave it, the less you're washing out all of your natural oils, and we need them backwards. That works better if you have like box braids and all that stuff. If you are just doing like a bun every day or something, and you're literally using like gel to slick it up every day, then of course wash as necessary. But that's also why I would recommend protective styling, like braids and stuff, versus buns and all of that stuff, only because I've gone through it, and even to this day it's annoying, but it's less work to do. Like when I do my edges today, I've actually only used that Nairobi foam and then a little bit of Got to Be on top, just so they stay in place. I kind of like this little messy look that I've got going on. But so I would recommend protective styles such as box braids and all of that, so it is easier for you to then wash your hair every at least once a month. Two. Guilty as charged. Learned these things over literally the last year. So with this being said, you've probably seen some of my videos anyways, where I'm literally when I comb my hair, I don't know if I've kept those bits in, probably. When I be combing my hair, it hurts. We should not be combing our hair when it's dry. All you need is to just get you a little spray bottle, spray it a little bit. No one's telling you to waste your grease, waste your conditioner or whatever on dirty hair, because obviously it's dirty if we're washing it at least once a month. But no one's telling you rinse out your products. All you should do is get a little spray bottle. I'll show you mine, 1 second. And bearing in mind, I've probably had this for years, but I use it on my wigs. Yeah, like I said, I'm learning. But yeah, just get you a little spray bottle. This water looks a bit gone off. But I will put a link in the description for just literally you can get it from anywhere. Just grab them from Amazon. You can grab them from your local like hair shop. Literally everywhere sells them. Like, get a plant in spray, whatever. Either way, a little spray bottle. So section your hair, just spray a little bit on there. Obviously use your fingers first to comb it, and then a wide tooth comb, but you know, we'll get into that one later. We'll get into that tip later because 3 is making sure that we're sleeping with a satin or silk, whatever floats your boat, satin or silk scarf or bonnet or pillowcase. The reason I say obviously like pillowcase, like as long as you have one of those, you're good. Like, you're good, because you don't want, like, it's the cotton that you don't want. The cotton is what causes the friction on our hair. So even if it's moisturized as much as it can be, that cotton there will still be rubbing, and the cotton is and the cotton obviously isn't, like, the texture of the cotton will obviously create that friction, and it will cause breakage. It won't be like, oh my god, my hair does not go, my hair falls out, like, because of you using a cotton thingy. But it definitely does help retain that hair, and it helps with less breakage. So make sure you do it. I know you probably heard that a million times, but make sure silk or satin, silk or satin, silk or satin, silk or satin. 4 is making sure you're giving your hair a break from protective styles. So even with that being said, when I take my hair out with these box braids, and for a while now when I've been taking my hair out, I make sure I have at least a couple days where I can literally just sorry, even if I do plaits, they are literally like Felicia plaits. I dead ass just do plaits in my head because it needs to have a break, it needs less tension, it needs to just breathe. Like, do some twists, do some plaits. There are so many like other protective styles. We just need some less tight protective styles. And that's that, you know? Fling in some twists. Obviously, like with that being said, say like my braids right now, granted I do have half up, half down, but it's like even that, pulling these braids up is going to create the tension on these braids here, even the middle braid, all of the braids that are in the ponytail, because I also tighten it a bit, and I like to let it hang a certain way. So with that being said, obviously more tension on the head. You just need to please make sure you are deep conditioning your hair. When you put your hair down, when you take your hair down from your protective styles and you're gonna give it a few days to just restore and rejuvenate, you really need to be putting on a deep mask. Like, you need to give your hair some TLC, give it some love, give it some zhuzh, give it some. Like I said, for our natural oils, I leave my hair for at least a month. Obviously, with that being said, that's also dependent on the hairstyle I'll have. So obviously some styles last longer, so I can then, like, what I will do is I will then maybe go around the perimeter, redo the plaits, and then it will last me a bit longer. So instances like that, your hair's been left for like I said, a month or 2. So when you take your hair down, said you're oiling your hair throughout those months and all that goodness, but it's still wrapped up. It's all like, you're not gonna get all of the bits of hair that you need to get. And obviously your scalp, like when you take the plaits out, we all know when you take plaits out, and it feels so good. The relief, even if it wasn't even tight, the relief is good. So when we take it down, we just need to then give it that extra love before we then put it through some more torture. Okay? Number 6. I think it's number 6. I hope it's number 6. When you're wearing a bonnet, braid your hair. Yeah? Braid your hair. And, oh, I didn't braid my hair. Braid your hair. What is the point of, say you invested into your little, it's not that it's expensive, an investment is still an investment if it's like if it's for your benefit or whatever. So it's like if you've now invested into your silk or satin bonnet, pillowcase, whatever, and then you go to bed and you don't do anything to it, not even a little twist. But you need to do some doo-doo plaits, please. Like, you need to make sure you moisturize your hair, oil it, and lock in that moisture with a plait, and then do your bonnet and all of that stuff. So then, like with the friction, whatever, those lazy days where, especially if you have a hairstyle, not even like this, smaller than this, I can imagine, like especially if you do it yourself, if you take out your hair, if you take out your own hair, I know the struggle, trust me. That's just something you've got to be prepared for. Because by the time, obviously, you've taken out your hair, you've washed it, it's just long. All you want to do is just dash on a bonnet and go sleep. But I promise you, just take the extra 10 minutes to do 4 doo-doo plaits at least. And I promise you, you won't regret it. 7, so make sure you're getting your split ends trimmed. You need to make sure you're getting your split ends trimmed, because obviously when you don't, your hair can still grow. But the thing is, when it's growing, if you have split ends, all that's gonna happen is you're gonna see your new growth hair. Your split end's gonna be there, and all it's gonna do is split the new hair. So you'll think you're making progress, but it's like not really. You're making progress, and then you're like reverting back. I don't know about you, but I'm not a split ends expert. 8, when it's winter or like when it's just getting colder in general, make sure we're not having our hair exposed for too long. This winter is the perfect time for wigs, I promise you. In winter, wigs will be your best friend, because all of that nasty dry air is underneath the wig, babe. It's underneath the wig, nice and oiled, nice and moisturized. It's not gonna be exposed and getting all dry up and yam up and all tangled up and a panting. So yeah, you don't want your hair to lose all its moisture. So imagine you spend like an hour in the morning, it's nice pampering your hair, putting in your grease and your moisture. You got your nice little high puff, your little protective style, whatever, and you go out and you come home and your hair is crispy dry. By the time you touch it, strands falling off, babe. No. That's never happened to me, but like, do you know when you literally genuinely think you touch your hair and you're like, like it feels like it's gonna come out? You don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that, because then straight away you just want to start combing it out, and then, like I said, we then comb our hair with no moisture in, and then it definitely ends up breaking. So just a bad cycle, isn't it, at that point? Just a really bad cycle. But number 9, always use a wide tooth comb when you're combing your hair. Like I said, at the start, I would definitely start with finger combing, because like there's nothing better than finger combing. Just run your hands through it. Oh yeah, like our hair is so delicate and we forget the textures. Like, we have kinks in our hairs. The smaller the comb is, the more it's going to get caught in those kinks and it will rip our hair out. We also have very delicate hair, delicate scalp, which is why it's also important that we do our deep conditions and stuff, so that it doesn't get so dry. And yeah, because even obviously when using a wide tooth comb, if your hair is that dry, some hair's probably still going to come out. So like, when I say saturate, I mean saturate. Drench your hair so it's literally dripping on you. It will be annoying. That's what you got towels for, innit? That's what I do. I put a towel around me, I drench my hair, I do that. I literally go to sleep with a wet bonnet, wake up with a wet bonnet because my hair's so moisturised. That's life. But my hair be loving it, and I be loving it, and I love that for me. So we're on the last tip, and it's about shampooing. Tip number 10, last tip, is when you're shampooing your hair, One, make sure you focus more so on your roots than your ends, because you don't want to dry your ends out. Of course, you're going to wash your whole hair, but do not focus on your ends. You focus on your roots, and you spend at least 5 to 10 minutes massaging your hair. Like, don't do it hard, obviously nice, like firmly but gently. Give your head a nice massage, because one, it's going to scrub out all those oils from the last month or so. All that nastiness from the last month or so that's been built up in our hair, like gel from the sides, built up oil, built up whatever you use to keep your hair moisturized, is all gonna be built up. So we want to fresh start, massage your hair, massage your scalp, massage all the crap out of it, and at the same time, whilst massaging it, we are then going to stimulate the growth. So obviously, I don't know if you guys, some of you guys are probably aware, some are not. Long story short, if you guys don't know, when you massage your hair, it basically like stimulates the follicles in your scalp, and yeah, you're just stretching out your hair follicles and increasing the thickness. And obviously, with that being said, it then promotes hair growth. With that being said, unfortunately, I did only have 10 tips. To be honest, I probably do have some more tips. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. Leave a comment down below if you want maybe like a part 2. And of course, I could definitely do that for you guys. I tried to pick out the tips that were most beneficial to me that I've noticed. And yeah, so obviously that's what I came up with. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, please, because it really helps me out. It helps me out, it helps you out.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do.